Welcome. I'm going to explain the manual handling risk assessment process in the university's manual handling standard. You can find the standard from our homepage. Search health and safety, activities, lifting and carrying at work. I recommend you go to our site regularly to get up-to-date information. The good news is that not much has changed. The main update is the clearer manual handling risk assessment process, which is tailored to whether your activity is low or high risk. Go to the risk assessment drop down and download summary of the manual handling risk assessment process. This is your guide to how detailed your manual handling risk assessment needs to be. The first step is to think about your routine and non-routine manual handling activities. Speak to your colleagues to get an idea of the possible problems and focus on potentially higher risk activities. Consider whether the activity can be eliminated, avoided, automated or mechanised. If it can, record that on your general risk assessment and the controls, and the assessment is finished. If you can't, you can use our simple filter to help identify high risk activities. The filter can be downloaded from the website. So risk assessment drop down, simple filter here. Everyone should be able to identify whether their activity is higher risk. All you do is compare your activity to the filters here. Any aspects outside the filters means that it's probably a higher risk activity. If that's the case, you may need to do a manual handling risk assessment. A manual handling risk assessment carefully examines the low risk that may cause injury or ill health. They are task, how the work is organised, individual capabilities, the ability of the people carrying it out, the load, what is moved and its characteristics, environment where the work is carried out, and other factors, for example, the impact of personal protective equipment. You have a number of toolkits to help you, and the first lot is from the HSC, the Health and Safety Executive, and they are the MAC, the Manual Handling Assessment Chart, which allows you to assess lifting, lowering, carrying and team handling, the VMAC, which is used in conjunction with the MAC toolkit for variable weights, the RAP, which is for pushing and pulling tasks, and a specialist toolkit called ART, which is for repetitive tasks using the upper limbs. They are toolkits and they are provided with guidance and resources from the Health and Safety Executive. However, they do have their limitations and you must choose the right toolkit for the type of activity being assessed. They use a simple red, amber, green score to help you identify common risks and prioritise action. The risk will need to be reduced so far as reasonably practicable. If all the risk factors are covered by the tool, the manual handling assessment is finished. However, for the occasional complex activity where there are other risk factors not covered by the Health and Safety Executive toolkits, a full assessment is needed. To help you at this stage are our new templates, which are found here on the website. So back to the website. Risk assessment drop-down, lifting and carrying and team handling full assessment, and pushing and pulling full assessment. You may find that you need to carry out more than one assessment to cover the lifting, carrying, pushing and pulling aspects of the task. As before, you will need to reduce the risk so far as reasonably practicable, and the full manual handling risk assessment is finished. So who carries out manual handling assessments? Well, everyone should be able to follow the simple filter. The risk assessors should be risk assessment trained. For high-risk activities, the assessor needs to be confident in using the toolkits and the full assessments. Where manual handling forms a significant part of the workload, key departmental staff are trained to assess high-risk activities. Please contact the Health and Safety Advisory Service for more information on training and support for manual handling assessors and trainers. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.